Hi, good morning. I'm back for class 5th. Our today's chapter is rotation and revolution. Okay? This is a very interesting chapter. In this chapter you'll come to know how do days and night occur, how do we get seasons. Okay? Have you noted down the name of the lesson? Now, let's move to the contents. In the contents, we will see what are we going to discuss and learn in this chapter. So, let's move to the contents. Now, in the contents, as we know, the name of the chapter is rotation and revolution. Now these two names can be said as the movements of the earth. They can be said as the movements of the earth. So in our today's contents, we will discuss the movements of the earth, rotation, day and night, revolution, seasons on earth, and of course, I'll show you some facts. I'll tell you some facts about the day and night and about other facts, how there are seasons in different places. In that facts, you'll come to know. And then a small exercise related with this chapter. Okay? So note down all the important points, whatever comes in the chapter while explaining. It will help you to write down the answers. So, let's move to the next topic of our today's first topic, that is the movements of the earth. Now, let's talk about the movements of the earth. Now, what are the movements of the earth? The movements of the earth are rotation and revolution. Now, do you know how are these rotation and revolution caused? How do they occur? As we all know that in the solar system, all the planets, including the earth, moves around the sun. And these planets move on an elliptical path, you can say, or you can say elongated path. Okay? Elliptical path, that is known as the orbit. That is known as the orbit. Okay? And while moving around the sun, the planets and the earth, including the earth, also spin on their axis. Okay? And these two movements are called rotation and revolution. Now these two movements take place simultaneously. Simultaneously means together. It means that while revolving around the sun, they rotate around their place also. They rotate on their place also. Okay? Let's repeat again. The two movements or the two motions of the earth are rotation and revolution. Rotation is because when the rotation causes when the planets, including the earth, rotate on their own places, that is on their axis. And revolution causes because when the earth revolve around the sun. The earth or the planets revolve around the sun. Okay? The earth moves on the orbit, means the earth revolves around the sun with the average speed of 107,218.8 kilometers. What is the average speed of the earth when it rotates around the sun? It is 107,218.8 kilometers per hour. And at the same time, the earth rotates on itself. Itself means rotates on its axis. And what is the speed at that time? The speed at that time is 1674.364 kilometers per hour. Okay? I repeat again. The average speed of earth when it revolves around the sun is 107,218.8 kilometers per hour, and the speed of the earth when it rotates on its own place on the axis is 1674.364 kilometers per hour. So you have known what is the movement of the earth, which are the two movements or the motions of the earth. It is rotation and revolution. Okay. Let me show you a picture of the rotation and revolution, that is the motion of the earth. By that, it may be more easy for you to understand. Now this is the motions of the earth. In the picture to the right, you can see, okay, in the picture to the right, you can see that the earth is rotating on its axis. The earth is rotating on its axis from west to east. From west to east. And in the right side, you can see the revolution. And it is revolving around the sun. Look at the elongated path which I told you. It is not round in shape. It is oval. Oval means egg shape. Okay? This rotation and revolution is done by the earth at the same time. The earth revolves and rotates at the same time. It rotates on the same place, it's on its place, and it revolves around the sun simultaneously, means at the same time. Okay? It does not stop at all. It does not stop still. Okay? So let's move further. I'll show you and tell you something about the rotation of the earth. Now, in the rotation of the earth, first let's know what is the rotation of the earth. Okay? The spinning movement of the earth on its axis. In the easy way, you can say the spinning movement of the earth on its axis is rotation. On its axis means rotating on its own place. Okay? The axis of the earth. Now the axis on which the earth rotates is an imaginary line. Now where does this line pass from? If you ask me that, ma'am, axis, but if it is an imaginary line, then where can we see this axis? You can imagine this axis from the North Pole to the South Pole. From the North Pole to the South Pole. Now, while rotating on its place on the axis, we experience the day and night. Because of this rotation, we experience day and night. Okay, so the day and the night we experience is due to the rotation of the earth. Or you can say the earth's rotation causes day and night. Okay, now this rotation of the earth also has an effect on the dates which we get. The dates are not same at all the places. They are either one day before or either one day after. Okay. Next is the earth rotates from west to east. We have seen the sun rising from east to west, but the rotation of the earth is from west to east. The earth rotates on an imaginary line, okay, and that line passes through the north pole and the south pole. And how much time does the earth take to rotate on its place? It's approximately 24 hours, means not completely 24 hours. It takes 23.56, 24 hours, 56 minutes and 6 seconds. Means not complete 24 hours. Okay. So this is the rotation of the earth. The spinning movement of the earth on its axis is rotation. The axis is the imaginary line that passes from north to south, north pole to south pole, and because of this rotation we get day and night, and the earth rotates from west to east. Okay, I'll show you a picture about the rotation of the earth and how does day and night occur, so you can easily understand. Now looking at this picture, you will easily understand what is axis. Look at the imaginary line which is going from the north pole to the south pole and how the earth is tilted. Tilted means slightly slant. Okay, and the equator that is dividing the earth into two halves, north hemisphere, south hemisphere, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Okay, and on this axis the earth rotates on its place. On this axis the earth rotates on its place. Now in the second picture you can see how does day and night occur when the earth rotates. You can see the axis passing through the earth. Okay, the earth rotates on that axis, and the part which comes in front of the sun, because the whole of the earth cannot get sunlight at one time. The whole of the earth cannot get sunlight at one time. So the part of the earth which comes in front of the sun gets day. Okay, and the part which is on the opposite side gets night. So this is how by the rotation of the earth we get day and night. Understood? By looking at the picture, what is axis, what are the poles, and how do day and night occur? Okay, so further we will discuss about the day and night. Okay, now while explaining you the picture, I had told you that the part of the earth which comes in front of the sun is day. Okay, so at any given time only one half of the earth faces the sun. While rotating on its axis, only one part of the earth faces the sun and the other part is away from the sun. Okay, so this is how some places get day and some places get night. That is why there is changes of date. Okay, changes of date means I had told you that the rotation of the earth also affects on the date, right? Because of the rotation. All of the earth, whole of the earth does not receive the sunlight at one time. Now continuing more, if I explain, daytime is when you see the sun from where you are, right? And its light and heat can reach you. When would you count daytime? If I say, when do you count it is day? You would say, ma'am, when I see the sun and when the sunlight is there, when the sunlight reaches me, I feel hot and warm. And that is day. And night time is when the sun is on the other side of the earth. Or you can say when you don't see the sun. When you don't see the sun and when there is totally dark. You don't get the light and the heat of the sun. At that time it could be said as night. Okay, so this is day and night. The day when the sunlight or the sun can be seen, and night when you cannot feel the heat and the light of the sun. It is dark, you can say as it is dark. Next, the part of the earth that faces the sun gets the light and has the day. Okay, while the other part of the earth which does not face the sun and does not get the light has night. So this is how the days and nights occur in different places. There may be some places which have day and some places at the same time will have night. Why? Because the rays of the sun falling on those places get day, and the rays of the sun which do not, the places which do not get the sunlight at all at that time, naturally they will have night. Okay, now the sun rises behind the earth in the east and sinks below the west. So the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but the rotation of the earth is from west to east. Okay, the rotation of the earth is from west to east, and the sun rises from east to west. So this is the time when we say, when we see the sun rising in the morning, it is said to be sunrise, and when we see the sun disappearing, we call it as sunset. So this is sunrise and sunset. Let me show you a picture by which you will more easily understand which part of the earth has day and which part of the earth has night at the same time, and why. Here, looking at the picture, you can easily understand that the part which is in front of the sun, the part which is in the front of the sun, you can see that the direct light is falling on that part. So that part will have the day. Okay, and the part which is totally in dark, dark means on which the sunlight is not falling at all, has night at the same time. When we are, like we can understand by this, like we are in India. Now in India, right now it is day. But the other countries which are on the back side of the earth will have night. So this is how the day and nights occur, because of the rotation of the earth. And the rotation of the earth takes 1 day. The earth takes 24 hours to rotate on its axis. In this picture also you can see the axis very clearly. Okay, it is shown in the picture but in true it is an imaginary line. Imaginary line means it has been thought that the earth rotates on its axis. Okay, further we will discuss about the revolution. The revolution of the sun, the second rotation of the earth. The earth revolves on the sun on a fixed path, you can say, on an elliptical orbit. Elliptical orbit means, what is elliptical? Elliptical means oval shape. The earth rotates on its axis and revolves on an elliptical orbit, on an oval shaped orbit. Okay, and this revolution takes 365.14 day. You say that the earth takes 365 days, but in truth it takes 365.14 day to complete one revolution around the sun. Okay, now do you know that where do this 1/4 day go? Where do this 1/4 day go? Because whenever we ask the question, what is the revolution, how much time do the earth take to revolve around the sun, we say 365 days or 1 year. But the truth is it takes 365.14 day. Now where do this 1/4 day go? This extra quarter day, you can set it as quarter day, this extra quarter day is responsible for the leap year, which occurs every 4 years. After every 4 years you have a leap year. This year also was the leap year, 2020. 2020 was also the leap year. So after every 4 years you get the leap year, and this leap year is because of this 1/4 day. 1/4 day, or you can count it as 6 hours. Okay, so when these 6 hours are collected in together for 4 years, they become 24. 6 4s are 24, and when these 24 days, 24 hours become 1 day, they are being included in the month of February. So in leap year, you see that February has 29 days, right? And so we get a leap year after every 4 years. So we get leap year after every 4 years. I will explain you again. The revolution of the earth takes 365.14 day. Okay. Now the extra quarter day, or you can say the extra 1/4 day, is responsible for the leap year. Leap year means which occurs every 4 years, and leap year has 366 days. Leap year has 366 days. So where does this 1 day come from? This 1 day comes from the quarter year of 4 years. Okay, now this quarter year is of 6 hours. So when you multiply 6 into 4, it becomes 24 hours. So 24 hours means automatically becomes 1 day, and this 1 day is included in the month of Feb, that is February, in the month of February, and this February month in the leap year has 29 days. Okay, so this is how we get leap year after every 4 years. And this leap year occurs after every 4 years, means this year. In 2020 it was a leap year. So again the leap year will be after 4 years, that will be in 2024. Okay. Now the revolution of the earth is also responsible for changing of the seasons. We have 4 seasons every year: summer, winter, monsoon, autumn and spring. All in all 5 seasons, not 4 seasons. 5 seasons: summer, winter, monsoon, autumn and spring. Okay. Now what is the speed of the earth's revolution? The speed of the earth revolution, or you can say the revolution speed of the earth, is 30 kilometers. The revolution of the earth is 30 kilometers. Now let me show you a picture of the earth revolution, which will help you in understanding more easily about the revolution. Look at the picture. You can see how does the earth rotate and revolve all together simultaneously, means at the same time. Okay, when it revolves around the sun, you can see the winter in the northern hemisphere and summer in the southern hemisphere. Means the part of the earth which is facing around the sun will have summer, and the part which is not in front of the sun will have winter. Okay? Now moving more further, when the earth revolves, when it reaches in the other, you can say when the season changes, then it will be spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. Okay? When it keeps revolving more, then again the season changes. It will be now summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. Then lastly, then again while revolving it reaches the same place. Then it is autumn in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. So this is how the season changes by the revolution of the earth. By the revolution of the earth. In the picture on the right side, you can see it is easy more to understand because there are only the seasons given there. Winter, spring, summer and fall. Fall means autumn, when the trees shed their leaves. So this is how the changes in the season are there due to the revolution of the earth. Now to the seasons on the earth. The seasons on the earth, how do they occur? The seasons are caused due to the revolution and the tilt of the earth's axis. The earth is not straight on its axis. It is a bit tilted. Tilted means a bit slant. Slightly slopy, you can say. Okay? So, the revolution of the sun the revolution around the sun causes seasons. Now, which are these seasons? The 5 seasons which I had told you. It is summer, winter, spring, monsoon and autumn. In the summer you feel hot, winter you feel cold, spring means when you get new leaves on the tree, autumn means when the trees shed their old leaves and they try to get new leaves. Okay? And the monsoon, obviously it is a rainy season when we get rain. So these are the 5 seasons that we have on our experience on our earth. Okay? Now do you know that the days and the nights which occur on the sun are the same always? No. They are the longest day and the shortest day also in that. The longest day in the northern hemisphere is the 21st of June. Okay? The longest day in the northern hemisphere is on 21st of June. And this day is also called summer solstice. Summer solstice. Okay? Now what does solstice means? Solstice means an event occurring when the sun appears to reach its most northerly or southerly exertion relative to the celestial equator on the celestial period. Means it is such an event that when the earth occurs on both the sides, from the north side or from the south side, when it occurs to be on the celestial equator. So that is the solstice, and that happens twice a year. Twice a year means when does it occur? It occurs on 21st of June, that is in the summer. So it is called summer solstice. Okay? Now why it is so? It is so because the northern hemisphere leans towards the sun. As I told you that the earth is slanted. Slanted means tilted. Okay. So because of the tilt of the earth on its axis, the northern hemisphere leans towards the sun and the southern hemisphere leans away. Leans means bends, is away from the sun. Okay. And so when the earth, the part which is more in front of the sun will receive more heat, means the northern hemisphere is more nearer to the sun, so it receives more sun rays and experiences summer season, while the southern hemisphere receives less sun rays and so it has winter season. And that is why, because of this, the longest day on the northern hemisphere, the northern hemisphere has the longest day on 21st of June. Okay, that can also be named as summer solstice. Now same is, it happens to be the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. It happens to be the shortest day in the northern hemisphere, that is on 22nd of December. And this 22nd of December is known to be the winter solstice. Now same thing happens, okay, because of the rotation and the revolution of the earth, the tilt which is in front of the sun receives more sunlight, will have summer, and the part which is far from the sun will have less sunlight and have winter. So when the rays of the sun are less on the northern hemisphere, 22nd of December is the shortest day. Okay. Now the solstices occur when the sun is directly overhead the tropics. When do these solstices occur? These solstices occur whether it is in summer or whether it is in winter. Okay. This occurs only when the solstice is directly occurs only when the sun is directly overhead the tropics. That is the Tropic of Cancer or the Tropic of Capricorn. Right? Now, in the course of entire revolution, there is more, the sun shines directly over the equator twice. Okay, while this revolution, entire revolution of 365.14th day, it happens 2 times when the rays of the sun falls directly on the equator. And this is called the equinox. What is it called? Equinox. Now, if I ask you what is equinox, you can easily tell me that, ma'am, when the rays of the sun, or you can say when the sun shines directly over the equator, it is called as equinox. Now, this equinox occurs twice a year. This equinox occurs twice a year. And when does this occur? It occurs on March 20th of every year and September 22nd. It occurs on March 20th March and 22nd September. Okay? And this happens when the earth is tilted neither toward or away from the sun. When does this equinox occur? This equinox occurs when the tilt of the earth, I told you that the earth is slightly tilted. Okay? When the tilt of the earth is neither toward or nor away from the sun. Okay? Now let's have a look at the picture. How do these seasons occur? Okay? Because of the equinox, or you can say the solstice which occurs. Let's have a look at the picture. Now here in the picture you can see 20th March. Okay? It is the equinox where the earth is neither away or nor towards the sun. It is direct, the rays of the sun or the sun shines directly on the equator. So it is the equinox. Moving further, when we move further, you can see on 26th of June, 21st of June. On the 21st of June, the northern hemisphere is more towards the sunrise or the sun rays. So it is receiving more sunlight. And because of this, the 21st of June is the summer solstice. Okay. More when the sun moves again, the earth moves on the orbit on 22nd of September. Again the rays of the sun falls directly on the equator, and because of this equinox occurs. Okay, and then on 22nd of December again the solstice. Where the southern hemisphere is towards the sun and the northern hemisphere is bit far from the sun. So the southern hemisphere receives more sunlight. So that is summer, and northern hemisphere is bit far from the sun, so we have winter. So this is how seasons and solstice and or equinox occur because of the rotation and revolution of the earth around the sun. More knowing about the solstice and the equinox, let's have a look. Now knowing more about the solstice and equinox. Now these equinox and solstice have different names. The equinox which occurs on 22nd of September is called as autumnal equinox. Okay. The solstice which occurs on December 21st is known as winter solstice. The equinox which occurs on 20th of March is known as vernal equinox, and the solstice which occurs on 22nd, or you can say yes, on 22nd of June is known as summer solstice. So this were the solstice and equinoxes that occurs 4 times a day. 2 solstices and 2 equinoxes. First solstice is on 22nd of June and second solstice is on 22nd of December. First equinox is on March 21st and second equinox is on September 22nd. Right? So looking at the picture, I hope you all have understood about the equinox and the solstice. Let's see some facts. Now let's see some other facts about the seasons and the days you have come to know. But some other more facts about the other things. Now some facts are: Japan is known as the land of rising sun. Do you know why? Do you know why? It is because it is the first to experience the sunrise. It is the first country to experience the sunrise the first. So that's why it is known as the land of rising sun. Okay? And why it is so that the sun rises in Japan the first? It is because it is located at the extreme east of the eastern hemisphere. Why is it so? It is because It is located at the extreme east of the eastern hemisphere. Now the Japan is known as the land of rising sun for the two reasons. First, it is the first country to experience sunlight, and second, it is located at the extreme east of the eastern hemisphere. Okay, so have you come to know why is Japan known as the land of the rising sun? Next, the earth rotation causes tides. Now what are tides? Tide means the rise and fall of the sea water. Rise and fall of the sea water is called tide. Okay, and this tide is caused because of the earth rotation, and the tide occurs twice a day. The tides occur twice a day. Now the next fact is, in winter, the winter season is hard time for animals, because animals do not have a proper place to stay. You all know, they either stay in an open place, or either they built a nest, the birds build the nest, but it is not a comfortable place for them to stay during winter. So what do? They hibernate. What is hibernate? Hibernate means to spend the time in winter in a dormant place. Dormant place means in such a place where you feel comfortable. Okay, so what do the animals? Most of the animals do in winter. They hide themselves in such a place where they are comfortable, where they feel warm. Okay, and it is the hard time for them because they cannot go in such a climate, cold climate, to search food. Right. Next was, Earth is the only planet which is not named after the god, and rest all the planets. The 7 planets of our solar system are named after the Roman gods and goddesses. Okay, you can see, you know the name of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. They were named during ancient times, and because they were visible with the naked eyes, the Roman method of naming planets, and because they were, why were they named before the names of the gods and goddesses? Because they were visible with the naked eyes. They can be seen very easily. Right? And the Neptune and Uranus. The Roman method of naming planets was retained after the discovery of Uranus and Neptune. So this is the reason that the Earth is the only planet which is not named after the god, but rest all the 8 planets are named after the gods and Roman gods and goddesses. Now, one interesting fact. When I ask you, when do you celebrate Christmas? You would say, ma'am, I celebrate Christmas, or we celebrate Christmas in December, right? But do you know that, or December, if I ask which is the season at that time, you would say, ma'am, winter. But Australia is such a country that celebrates Christmas in summer. Surprised? But it's true. Why is it so? It's because Australia lies in southern hemisphere, and December appears to be their summer season. Because of the tilt of the earth, I told you, the part of the earth which is in front of the sun receives more sunlight will have summer. The part which receives less sunlight will have winter. So as the Australia lies in the southern hemisphere, and in southern hemisphere in December it is summer season. Okay, to northern hemisphere, which experience winter in December. We have winter in December. Okay. And because of this, majority of the known countries lies in the northern hemisphere, and that doesn't make celebrating Christmas a specific season as. Okay. Now, because Australia lies in the southern hemisphere, and in December there is summer in southern hemisphere, so Australia celebrates Christmas in December. I hope you liked all the facts. Okay. Something different should always be known. Okay. Now, while learning the lessons, we have gone through some difficult words. Right? We have heard that words, but we don't know the meanings of it. So let's move to the words and meanings. So now the words and meanings. Our today's first word is accumulated. What is the first word? Accumulated. That is ACCUMULATED. What does that mean? It means to collect for a long period of time. What does it mean? It means to collect for a long period of time. Okay. Next word is solstice. SOLSTICE. What does that mean? It means an event occurring when the sun appears to reach its most northerly or southerly exertion relative to the celestial equator on the celestial sphere. Next word is equinox. Now what is equinox? Spelling EQUINOX. Equinox means a point in the year when daytime and night time are exactly the same. Exactly the same means the day has 24 hours. Okay. So when the equinox occurs, the day is also the same hour, that is 12 hours, and the night is also the same hours, that is 12 hours. Okay. So on the equinox, the days and the nights are equal. The length of the day and night is equal. Next word is elliptical. 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 What is elliptical? Elliptical means having an oval shape. Oval means egg shape, having an egg shape. Okay, so that is elliptical. Simultaneously. SIMULTANEOUSLY. Simultaneously means at the same time. Right? Next word is tide. TIDE means the rise and fall of the seawater. Next word is hibernate, means to spend the winter in a dormant place. To spend the winter in a dormant place. Okay. Now these were the hard words and the meanings. I'll give you 10 seconds. Please note it down. Okay. Now next, I'll give you a short exercise about whatever we have learned. I had told you to note down all the important things because it would help you to answer the questions. So now moving to the now exercise our first question. Our first question is name the movements of the earth. Now what are the movements of the earth? Tell me. Revolution and rotation. Very good. Rotation and revolution are the two motions of the, or you can say movements of the earth. Right? Next, what is rotation? What is rotation? The spinning movement of the earth on its axis is rotation. The spinning movement of the earth on its axis is rotation. Now what causes day and night? Our next question is, what causes day and night? How are day and nights caused? Day and nights are caused because of the rotation of earth. Day and night are caused because of the rotation of the earth. What is revolution? The earth's movement around the sun on the elliptical orbit is revolution. The earth's movement around the sun on an elliptical orbit is revolution. Now what causes seasons? The revolution of the earth around the sun causes season. Next question was, what causes seasons? The revolution of the earth around the sun on the elliptical orbit causes season. Now what is the average speed of the earth around the sun? What is the average speed of the earth around the sun? Tell me. The average speed of the earth around the sun on its orbit is 107,218.8 kilometers per hour. What is the revolution? What is the speed, average speed of the earth revolution around the sun on the orbit? It is 107,218.8 kilometers per hour. Okay? And the last question, what is the revolution speed of the earth? The revolution speed of the earth is 30 kilometers. Okay? What is the revolution speed of the earth? The revolution speed of the earth is 30 kilometers. Okay? So, here we have completed our third chapter, that is rotation and revolution. Okay? Meet you soon in the next session of the chapter 4, that is realms of the earth. Till then, please learn everything, whatever I have given you from chapter 1, 2 and 3. Okay? Take care of your health and bye.